Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So as I mentioned last week, I am going to be reviewing these brand new watercolors that I haven't tried before, and I'm so excited because they're all these different shades of gold. So they are by Kuratake Gansai Tembi Starry Colors, and they are just beautiful. So let's get started and see how they go. Okay, so we have 6 colors here: blue gold, red gold, yellow gold, champagne gold, light gold, and white gold. Now they advertise these as they can work on black and white paper. So for now, I'm going to show you some swatches on how they are on white paper. And then I'm doing a drawing of an Art Nouveau themed kind of girl with lots of ornate branches and stuff that I'm going to use these colors for, which will also show how they work on black paper as well. So let's get started. First, I'm going to spray them all with a bit of water just to activate the watercolor. So now they're all nice and wet. Put that aside. I'm just going to do the swatches here in my watercolor paper journal. So starting with the blue gold, already I can see how pigmented they are and creamy. Lovely. Ooh. So I'm loading my brush up with as much color as I can. That's nice. Now for the red gold. Oh, that one's beautiful. It's really nice and opaque. Now for a yellow gold, it's like literally looking at liquid metal, liquid hot magma, as Dr. Evil would say. Oh, Torryn. Now for champagne gold, you would never think you can get so many different kinds of gold, but you really can, and there's just such a beautiful range in this palette. I've been wanting this palette for a while, so I'm glad I finally bought it. So that one's a really like an ivory gold almost. Now for the light gold, that one's a little more translucent, but still very pretty. In fact, I'm keen to see what these look like on the black, so I might even do a black strip down here after this and see what they look like on top of it. Then we've got an exact reference for which colors I should do in my final picture. Okay, this one is like pure metallic white. Gorgeous. All right, so I'm already impressed. And now I'm gonna do the black strip, as I said. Let's do that and then we'll see how we go. Okay, let's try this again. Now on the black paper. Let's see if they still come out as opaque. Oh my gosh, it's better. Oh, it actually works better on the black. It's really good. This one is definitely my favorite color, the red gold. These remind me a lot of acrylic paints. Like these are so opaque that I'm surprised that they're watercolors. And this one comes out pretty much like just a pearly kind of white on the black. I'm impressed with how they came out on the black and the white. Love them. Okay, so now let's move on to the drawing. So as I mentioned before, I felt really inspired by Art Nouveau this month. I was reading about it through the Belgium setup, where Victor Horta actually created some beautiful architecture in the Art Nouveau style. And then once I got this in my brain, I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to create more in that art style. So I decided to choose an image that I found on the internet, on Pinterest, and convert it into a version of Art Nouveau. So I found this girl with a beautiful long, very boho hairstyle in like a plait, a really loose plait, and I thought it would look great in that Art Nouveau style, and it was perfect to show off the gold colors in this palette because obviously her hair was blonde and it just would work really well with the gold. And then I thought I'd do a lot of black and white coloring and show the gold how it goes on the black as well as the white. So yeah, it just went hand in hand for me, and so I've sketched it out, and then I've used India ink and my Pigma microns to go over the sketch completely. And then once it's completely ready, I am going in with the watercolors. Now these colors, as I'm laying them down, I am honestly having the best time doing it. The colors are just so pigmented and creamy, and they just lay down beautifully. I'm excited to try these mixing with standard watercolors and see how I can maybe make those a bit metallic, if that will work. So I'm thinking of doing that in my next bullet journal setup for one of the artworks. So yeah, it's just, I love trying new things and yeah, trying to figure out something else that's exciting for in my art. So yeah, I really want to do that. But right now I'm loving working in this gold, and I'm basically trying to blend the darker colors in with the lighter colors, see how they interact together. I'm trying to mix up each color between each area so that you've got some variation throughout the hair. And then I'm trying to go on the black and the white, as I said, to really show off what it can do. Now, if you're interested in seeing this particular video in real time, I have actually started up a Patreon account where if you want to become a patron, you pay a small monthly fee and then you'll get access to bonus content from me. So it will be tutorials and process videos with live talking through it. And there'll just be extra videos as soon as I can upload any for you. So you'll have access to those. And then you'll also get the option to receive digital downloads for my bullet journal setups. I've got these going up onto my shop soon, and then this is actually going to be a benefit for the medium tier. You'll receive those monthly Bujo setups as blank templates and you can put them straight into your journal. So you'll get those and the extra videos, and then just more interaction with me on there. There's 3 different tiers. So I'll leave the link to my Patreon account down in the description box. So if you're interested in going and supporting me there, then please feel free. And yeah, the first video that I've uploaded is the real-time version of this, or the at least longer version. It does go for a while, so it's basically uncut. It's me talking through it at the time, no sort of voiceover over the top. It's just me and the paintbrush, and it's quite relaxing. So if you're interested in learning a few more tips over there, then go and check that out. So now getting back to this painting, what made me want to do this was obviously thinking of Art Nouveau when I was doing my bullet journal setup. And I thought really this has come from just such a small, like a little prompt word that I've given myself. So I thought of Art Nouveau and then I just went with what I pictured in my brain. So obviously a girl with big boho luscious hair came into my brain and I wanted to paint that in the Art Nouveau style. So I thought this could be an interesting thing to include every month. And I want to hear your guys' opinion of it as well, if you think it's a good idea. But I'm basically thinking that we could come up with a prompt word each month in relation to the country that we're working on. So for example, if I hadn't have done Nouveau as my prompt word, I could have asked you guys, what comes to mind with Belgium, and you might have said, waffles, or you might have said bicycle, or, like chocolate, beer. And then we could kind of create an artwork that stems from that word, and it could be, it could be a direct, drawing based on that, or it could be far from it where you've just kind of conceived this idea from that start. So I want to do that for now. I don't know how long it'll last, but I think it feels like a good idea to me. So I'm going to reveal the month that has won for the February bullet journal setup, and the winner is Andorra. thank you all so much for all your votes. This is the most numbers I've had so far for the votes, so it's really nice to see how many people want to see what I create. It's very humbling. But yeah, so Andorra won, and I'm now about to be setting up the Andorra spreads in my journal and researching about the country. So now I'm just giving you the heads up that in the setup video next week, I will send out a message on my community tab that will give you guys the opportunity to send me your requests for a cue word or a prompt word that relates to the country of Andorra. Something that springs to mind ideas, and then we can create artwork off of it together. So I'll create my piece, and I'd love it if you guys create one too. It doesn't even have to be a full-on art piece. It can just be a doodle or a sketch in your book, or it could even be something creative like a poem if you really wanted to. Just kind of, it's just an idea to get us all working together and thinking about just expanding our creativity, really. Just seeing what we come up with. So if you guys like the sound of that, just stay tuned, really. And I'll put all the details in the community tab. So if you're not subscribed, just consider subscribing so you can be aware of when that goes live. And then we'll try this series out. I'm super excited about it because I absolutely loved doing this piece. So yeah, I just think having that freedom to do whatever you want, whether it be painting or drawing or music, whatever, but to have that sort of streamlined focus of a prompt word always helps the creativity and the creative juices get flowing. So yes, that is the potentially new series on board. I hope you're excited. And lastly, before I sign off and show you how this piece turned out, I promise I feel like I'm babbling so much today. I'm just getting so much information out there, so I hope it hasn't made your brain explode. So the last thing is I've also just started up a newsletter that I am sending out to all of the people who have signed up on my website to receive the newsletter. It includes discounts, it's got, tips and fun facts. It's kind of like the country month in a summary form, and then also has, little tidbits here and there, and maybe a featured guest or guest artist that I give a little short interview with. So that can be fun, and that's starting now as well. So if you want to sign up for that, I'll leave the link down in the description box. And yeah, so sorry with all that information bombarding. It's just the start of a new year and I'm feeling productive and I'm getting things happening. So, okay, now I've got all that information out, we are back on to the painting. So as you can see, in the long version, I just kept going with this piece. I was loving it so much. These colors, I just can't get over how metallic they are. They're just like, liquid metal, and the laydown is really strong, but you can also use it lightly. If you add much more water to each color, you can get quite a soft glow to it. So I was enjoying working with this, and I couldn't stop. Honestly, I stopped about 5 times and I was like, no more. And then 2 seconds later, I'm doing more. So yeah, really enjoyed working on this piece so much, and I could not rate these paints higher, to be honest. So if you're considering buying some gold watercolors, I would definitely recommend these Kuratake Gansai Tambi Starry Colors palette. And just reminding you, this is not sponsored at all. This is all my own opinion. I'd never tried anything like this, and I was just blown away. It was very exciting for me. So yes, this is the final piece, and I'm super happy. I've also uploaded this painting onto my Etsy shop and website shop. If you want to purchase it, feel free to look at that link in the description box. And so that you can have this in your home if you fall in love with it. I really like it, and I hope you guys do too. And thank you for watching and listening to me babble this entire time. I hope it didn't bore you to death. All right, thanks heaps, guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.